Every day, officers risk their lives to protect us, but right now, CMPD is short about 150 officers.
I got a chance to speak with the department's deputy chief about the new extensive effort to get more officers out on the streets. Let's talk jobs, specifically jobs within CMPD. There are a number of jobs available. Joining me right now is Deputy Chief Stella Patterson. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I have to sit here and I look at the numbers and 150 vacancies. People may say, oh my goodness, that's a lot of vacancies within the police department, but they don't understand the context behind those numbers. You guys have a lot of people retiring, 76 people last year. Talk a little bit about how hard is it to replace those positions?
Right. So it's very impactful for us when we have that many vacancies. And it is difficult to try to fill those vacancies. Hiring police officers is a process. Yeah. It's not where you just do an interview one time and then you sit down and then you offer them the position. There are several steps that are involved, most of which are mandated by the state of North Carolina that we have to make sure that we do in order to hire a police officer. We have to do an extensive background, and because of that, it just really takes time to get the person in the process and through the process.
What's the biggest hurdle? Finding the right candidates or going through that application process? What is the biggest hurdle?
Biggest hurdle for us right now is just finding qualified people, finding applicants, people who are interested in this profession, people who want to be in law enforcement. We're going through a time right now where things have changed in our country. We have a good economy right now. Anytime we see those kind of dynamics, it makes it harder for us to recruit. At CMPD, we're always interested in recruiting the best applicants that we can get and just having to get them through that process. Now, when you say the process, that's the easier part for us. We have officers, background investigators that can get you through it, but it's just getting people to the door that's been the challenge for us.
And is it competitive these days as far as with the economy and the way things are going to actually find people who are interested in being a police officer?
Yes, that's very true. In Charlotte, I know that there's lots of jobs here, so there's options for candidates. Also, too, when you think about the work-life balance, policing, if you are called to serve, in service, there is a lot that goes on. We require a lot of our officers, and I think because of that, people see that and they want a more work-life balance. It can be a little bit difficult. But one of the things that we want to let people know that is being a police officer, we do understand that you're a human being and that you have a family, and we're trying to incorporate that to make sure that there's enough work-life balance.
And to attract officers and attract new employees, you guys are going with an aggressive campaign to help cut those numbers down. Talk to us a little bit about what are you guys doing? Specifically, you guys are really hitting the digital platform.
Yes, we are, and we're really happy about that. Last year we did a small campaign just to kind of test the waters to see how far our reach would be with that nationally, and we had some successes there. So we partnered with Kelso Communications, which is a local company here in Charlotte, and we kicked off our campaign in February. It is a digital platform, two aspects of it. One is the advertising, where we can advertise throughout the nation, throughout the country, basically, young people who are interested in law enforcement or who may not be interested in law enforcement. But also, too, we have our application now that's available for people to apply online. It's always been online, but now we're making it where you certainly can apply from your digital devices, from your mobile phone, rather than going to a computer and having to fill out all that information. Also, too, if there are documents that you need to attach, like if we need your birth certificate, things like that, you can also send it to us from your mobile device. You can stay in tune with the application process by just going online and taking a look at that, rather than having to call the background investigator, constantly checking and seeing how your application is going.
I want to get a little personal here. Why did you get into this business? Why did you dedicate your life and your career to being a police officer?
Right, so I get that question a lot. I think people think that she doesn't like your typical police officer. So I decided to be in this profession when I was in my last year of college. It wasn't something I always wanted to do, but I know that I'm a person who likes to serve. I served in the military, I want to serve my community. This job really fulfills that for me, and I just had that passion of going out, working in the community, serving the community, and a job like this really affords that.
And I think, we don't talk enough about how difficult it is to be a police officer in this day and age of everyone is videotaping, everyone has a camera, and everyone has a phone these days. It's a tough job. Let's just be honest.
It is. It is. Absolutely. And I think the scrutiny around being a police officer, and you hit the nail on the head when you said that everything now is digital. Yeah. Everybody has a camera. Our officers are wearing cameras. The community have cell phones with cameras. So everything that our officers are doing is highly scrutinized and oftentimes taken out of context because only 5 seconds of a whole video is shown. On a traffic stop, only the portion where the officer's taking the person into custody is shown, and then that can be misinterpreted without having the full context.
And that's important. Context is key. And if you want to become an officer, you can submit your resume and application online. Just go to charlottepolicejobs.org.